Just let me know I get down.
Let me know I get down.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me know I
Just hit me more, I get down.
Let me know I get down.
Yeah.
Let me know I
Just let me know I get down.
Let me know I get down.
I get down.
Let me know I
Cause you know how we get down.
Talking about rap. What's up?
Talking about rap. Talking about rap. Yeah. You can tell I woke up a little early this morning.
Yeah, I see that.
So yeah, I got things to talk about. First of all, last week you was up on Dave East for the Love Part 2, and I was not. And holy shit.
It's a fun time.
Yeah, fun. That's the best thing to say. And I should say Dave East and Scram Jones, because this is a Dave East and Scram Jones project. And Scram Jones is super, super, super in his bag on this tape. With the beats are crazy, but the sample selection with the 90s R&B records, you know, and not just like big ones that everybody knows, but the intro, Let Me Be the One, I don't remember all of them off the top, but just like really dope sample selection. They had the Hip Hop Hooray sample. I don't know if you caught that one. You know what I'm saying? Like just really dope sample selection, and a very cool 7 tracks. You know, there's something about this, a very nice concentrated thematic project from Dave for the love. So it's a lot of chick type shit. So it's a real fun vibe. The samples were dope. Dave East is impressive, man. Like I really think a little bit more about him than I thought before.
Wow, so it took me hating on him to make you funny how things work.
yo, man, like I think it was that one from the summer. It was a Karma 4 where I was like, yo, man, I was like, this shit is all right. Like I remember he had a back and forth song with Vado from a few years ago that I was like, because I can't stand his voice the way he read like this. I was like, I just like, yo, this dude sips too much lean. He needs to stop doing that. And I was like, yo, this dude's actually kind of all right, man. And it took me a little while to come around to it. And For the Love Part 1, I listened to that. For the Love Part 2, both of them are really good projects. I really enjoyed the one with the Outstanding sample, with the Gap Band, where him and Uncasa, you know, shout to the Uncasa's on there, you know, from the Purple. Right, yeah.
Yo, talking about one of my favorite songs ever. That Purple City Bird Gang by him.
Yeah, that's the name of them, Purple City Bird Gang. Yeah, Uncasa's on there, man, and they really just, one thing that I love is grimy rap, hard shit over some like cool, smooth R&B shit. You're gonna get me with that every time. You know the way Ghostface does that shit. And they basically did that with Outstanding, and man, it's just very well done. And Scram Jones deserves a lot of credit for that. So I wanted to start it off with there. Shout out to that. So did you hear the new Akeem Ali?
Yes, definitely. This nigga's so colorful with the words and adjectives, dog. Like this nigga's, bro. It's
and the beat selection, man. He has a lot of audacity. He has a lot of faith in his lyrics. This nigga's from Mississippi. It should be said that the South took over hip hop a long time ago, and maybe they're not the monolith that they were 10 years ago or 15 years ago or whatever it is. But the South is still the South. Yeah. The trap sound, the 808 sound, even took over reggaeton. Even Bad Bunny does trap shit. You know what I'm saying? So it should be noted that a nigga from Mississippi who has a birthright to those type of records raps over shit like this.
Yeah.
You know, and so for people who haven't heard it yet, it's called, what is it called? Please Hold, the EP. Akeem Ali, let me just pull it up real quick. Akeem Ali, Hold Please. It's an EP, it's about 5 records, and he has a song called Hotel Lobby Music, which literally, if you walked into a nice hotel and heard somebody playing a piano and a bass, that's how it would sound. It's literally that. You got elevator music, which literally sounds like elevator music. Like there's no, just like the Texture Tapes 1 and 2, there's barely any snares on this. Mm-hmm. It's just him rapping like nobody nobody in the world is rapping over shit like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like
And
he's
few
giving
niggas is
you
rapping like that type of style where it's pimp shit, but it's like heavy metaphors also though. Like it's
right, yes.
definitely a fun
Which
time.
which is dope that he's got this Bruiser Wolf feature, which we will get to. which we will get to. Like such a great when I saw a Bruiser Wolf feature on Akeem Ali, I was like, it's happening. Because I have a nice little theory that I'm just gonna uncork right now. Akeem Ali is a star.
Mm.
He is a star. Watching Akeem Ali come up to me, it's like I'm watching AJ DeBanza. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this dude's gonna blow up. I really believe it in my heart. Like this dude's he's gonna have a big ass moment
What does he
because
need?
a record. He needs a record. You know what I'm saying? And like I think that this Bruiser Wolf moment, like I think that feature, not just that song, but I feel like that feature means that people hear him. Like I think people got to hear this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I'm not the only one who's listening to this. Like, yo, this nigga's super slick with the, you know what I'm saying? And I think that the pimp shit that he's doing is just freestyling. Like, I think that that's our version of rapping about rap. I think that that's his version of rapping about rap.
Yeah.
And when he gets to the substance, when he gets to that moment, that's when his shit is gonna and he has it. I know he has it. You know what I'm saying? He's too nice to not have it. You know what I'm saying? And so whether it's him getting signed, whether he just becomes this cat that pops up on a lot of features, I don't know exactly. And I'm glad you asked that question because I'm not sure. But I do think that this dude is on the runway, like how Big Crit was, where we were like, yo, man, like, you know, Big Crit never became the star that we thought he was going to be, but he certainly has the output. He certainly has the music. He didn't disappoint us with that. You know what I'm saying? I thought Big Crit was Drake, Cole, Kendrick, Crit. I thought that that was going to be it, you know, and so if that happens to Akeem Ali, and no pun intended that they're both from Mississippi, but I do think that Akeem Ali is a fucking star. And him rapping over shit like this and running circles around fucking
Anybody.
hotel jazz sounding shit just shows like this show is about rap. This motherfucker can rap.
Yeah.
And he is versatile and he's creative and he's smart. And yeah, so if you have any thoughts, please.
No, you said everything. Like I'm
Yeah.
good on that. Like that's
No notes.
I enjoyed it.
No notes.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
I heard this shit like 7 times and it's only 5 joints. The theme of this show, yo. If you just give me 12 or less, I will have that shit on rotation. All right. So next, the Bruiser Wolf. We got some Bruiser Wolf shit coming.
Yeah. It's next week.
It's out next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm happy for the no rollout. Like I don't need a long rollout, bro. Just give me 3 records I'm excited about. He got the joint. And he got the first record on the joint is with him and Payroll Giovanni. And I fuck with Payroll Giovanni, bro. Payroll Giovanni is like if Larry June was more of a rapping ass, you know what I mean? If Larry June is kind of laid back, kind of right, you know what I mean? And a lot of rappers from the Bay are like that with this real laid back vibe or whatever. And you know, Payroll Giovanni very much about I told my man, I was like, if you wanted to wake up and get into the money, just play that shit. You know what I'm saying? And his bars are so he's a better rapper than I think he maybe gets credit for, because you listen to his shit and it's all like hustle, you know, whatever. And he will probably tell you he's a hustler first. But I think he's a better rapper than I first thought he was. And
random off that statement. Sauce Walker.
Love him.
A lot better rapper than I
love him.
Like, yo, he got just random.
Yeah, random, but I understand why you're saying it, because they in that same sort of cult following lane where like I don't think they get talked about enough in their projects. My man, shout to my man Juice. Always got to shout out my man, my boys from home, so I could clip this and let him see it. But my man Juice had me on Sauce Walker years ago. He was like, "Yo, are you listening to that cat?" I think he tried to. Me and Juice used to roll together hard, and I ain't seen him in a long time. So I think he was trying to find something to connect with me on. Like he's like, "You live in the South. You fuck with Sauce Walker," you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, yeah, you know. But I started fucking with him more than I realized my man Juice was on it. My man Juice from New York.
Yeah, that's hilarious, yo. The
Yeah.
amount of people that would be like, "You from the South?" Like hearing somebody from New York saying, "You from the South," and niggas being like, "Yeah," like,
Yeah, like trying to find something. Yeah, and it's like I am not from the South, but I kind of am now. I'm almost here more as long as I was in. So, but yeah, so Bruiser Wolf, Pero Giovanni, that's the Detroit collaboration that I didn't know I needed. That they sound fucking great together. And then, of course, then the next one is with him and Akeem Ali, and so now on this, you hear Akeem Ali and what he would sound like if he was rapping over some hard drums and some hard snares and some regular shit. And of course, he runs circles around that shit.
yeah,
And Bruiser, Bruiser's no slouch. No, Bruiser, of course, doesn't really rap on the beat, and that's not his thing.
yeah, yeah.
Bruiser comes with it though. But for me, like it wasn't a competition, but he
Yeah.
stole that shit. Like,
But the thing
like
about it is that styles mesh though. So that kind of and
yes.
the way they rhyme the things they rhyme about, it makes it less of a competition and more like, oh, these two colorful ass niggas getting their thing on. You know what I mean?
To me, I felt like Bruiser Wolf just Chris Paul the shit. Bruiser just walked right up to him and was like, you know what I mean? And my man came through and reverse yammed that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit did not disappoint. And yeah, Bruiser, I'm excited for the new Bruiser shit. The sound, I like it also because the sound of it is different. Like Bruiser did a Harry Fraud record, and we got these real sample heavy, loop heavy, not exactly a whole lot of snares and that kind of vibe. This shit is just hard 808 thumping joint sounding type beats. So I'm excited for that shit. That shit sound real ill. I didn't listen to Trader Truth's EP yet because I didn't know it was a whole EP. I just saw the one song, the 4:30 a.m. shit, which it sounds like he's dissing somebody, but I'm gonna have to let the internet tell me who the fuck he's talking about because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I saw True to Trader Truth in his man's like Jump Zero, who's supposedly his cousin, and I was just like,
It was like years ago though, wasn't
it was a while ago. And people in the comments, and he even said like, y'all probably don't realize how often cousins fight. And you got a lot of cousins. Have you ever been banged by one of your cousins?
when I was a child.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Well,
These
I'm
are
an
grown ass
adult now.
adults.
The
These are
adult
grown
with
ass
careers, nigga. Like, what are we
and
talking
money. Right, exactly. Like I'm trying to picture if you and Rail and Chauncey would be scrapping like, and I'm supposed to act like that shit is regular shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and it's funny because
that would not happen.
it's funny because you did pick the one cousin that might could happen with at this
Right,
age. Rail
right,
might
of
just,
course.
you might end up in a fight with Rail just because, like it's Thursday or whatever. But
Right.
no, it's still not happening though. Like,
I wouldn't be okay with it. Like I
yeah,
wouldn't just be like, oh, them niggas are cousins. Like I would absolutely be not okay with that shit. And at least Rel is the type of nigga to be like, my bad, yo.
yeah.
Like he will punch you in the face, but he'll also buy you a fucking beer and be like, all right, nigga, like I might have been wrong on that. Rel's a real nigga for shit like that. But so yeah, so all that being said, I will get to the Trader Truth shit and might talk about it next week.
All that being said, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I forgot that's what we was talking about.
We talk about rap. We still talk about rap. And let me think. Did you hear the new LaRussell shit? LaRussell and Lil Jon.
I didn't finish it.
I don't know. It's a whole project. See,
Yeah,
there you
and
go. I fucked up.
the thing that he fucked up on, it's like 13 tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And after like 5 or 6, I was like, all these hoes sound the same.
And it's LaRussell and Lil Jon for all of them.
Yeah, but they don't sound like Lil Jon beats. They sound
like Bay Area.
They sound like a Bay pack of Lil Jon beats that he ain't never really finished.
And he does do the Bay shit, right? Like he did Blow the Whistle, I think. Right?
Yeah, but they don't sound that good. Like these beats don't sound. That's what it is. The beats weren't good. My fault. Thank you. I ain't like the beats, nigga. It was funny because it did get to a point where his what he was talking about got repetitive. You know what I mean? So I did get bored with that, but now I realize it was more just about the beats though. Like,
is that what happens? Is that what happens when
checking out? So I'm checking out a project. I usually can make it through just because I want to check out the entire project, especially if it's only 13 to 7 tracks. But if I don't, there's a reason why. Like beats, and I usually can go through beats, but you ain't got the barmanship to make me get through these beats. So yeah, a lot of things.
You just said something. Yeah. You just said things. Now Now we can clip back to what I said 2 weeks ago
He's
when
fat.
I looked that man in his face and said, "You can't talk about we ain't gonna do it." I only heard Wiggle. I didn't realize it was a whole project, so I only heard Wiggle. I like Wiggle. Wiggle's dope, but it's like what you said, repetitive with the bars. Like that's what happens when you write a rap in 5 minutes, and when you make a whole album in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what happens. You know,
Over and
so,
over and over and over and over again though. Like if you
yeah,
did it
right.
like you said, Hove do it, but it's like, yeah, but this is like years of stuff I'm getting out just in 2 weeks compared to
Right.
like stuff you did the last 2 weeks that
Correct.
you get together in 2 days. Like
Correct. It's also a part of what makes Hove such a genius is like if Hove did it every year, which he did for like, remember he said 10 straight summers, it didn't sound the same. Like Hove actually just, and maybe that's just because it's all that lived experience that was just, you know, coming through with what he was doing. But like that's what makes him one of the greatest is that like it never sounded repetitive with Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? He always gave us something different. You know, like that's why American Gangster is one of my favorite projects. You know what I'm saying? Because he made that shit super fast too, and it was just like, how does? It's just like the depth and the level of analysis and the level of introspection. You know, from somebody who's talking about what everybody else is talking about, but like just from a different level. It's like you can't have this level of depth if you didn't live this type of shit. If you don't exactly know what you're talking about, you know. So yeah, but yeah, I'll get to that and I'll talk on it. I'm glad you said it though. Some of the bar, you know, the bars on Wiggle, I just enjoyed it. I was like, you know, I'm not gonna podcast guy this shit. Let me just. Do I enjoy this record? Yes, I enjoyed it, but I didn't hear all 13 of them. So we'll get to that.
From the players, podcasters, and the ones behind the cameras, to the GMs, OGs, refs, and girls coaches. That wraps up our all-season series, Talking About Flag. Shout out to everyone that made this happen. That's that community we be talking about. But spring 26 right around the corner, so Sunday morning recaps are coming back. And we still talking about tournaments and more. You already know them 4 for 10s gonna drop every Wednesday. As always, appreciate your support. Like, share, subscribe. We gonna keep this convo going. Now I'm talking about.
So the main thesis of today, we can talk about all all of his shit because there's three CyHi records that, you know, I don't remember the name of them. I can find them in. There's the Good Music Story, which we can talk a good bit about. I think the other one is it Out of Control?
Lose Control.
And then the other one from 2 weeks ago that I talked on. Hold on, man. I'm on his page. I don't want to like.
Is that the one that was on his page?
Yeah, the one with him in the football. You know, the one with him in the football joint. The football shirt or whatever. It is no competition. So it was No Competition. Then it was Bruh Lost Control, which it looks like bra, like a bra. So I don't know. And then the Good Old Days. I can start. I just want to start this off by saying you may have a genuine critique of me to say that I'm not impartial anymore to CyHi. I want people to just know that when it comes to this dude, I might like the bias is there. Like I am biased against. Yes.
Okay.
I think
I will admit, I don't want to have this conversation because I am biased to Cole.
To Cole, yeah. No, this is good. I think that
No,
I do think that yeah, because you know where this is going. I do think that CyHi the Prince. I was saying it this morning. I was like, how out of pocket would I be to say that this dude is one of the 5 greatest lyricists to ever do it? Like, you know, those things they do online when they went to Jason Williams and they asked him, name a better point guard than this, and they throw out the names, and then when you say a name, then they give other names of who's better than him. Like I did that little list in my head with CyHi and everybody, and I didn't give you the homework assignment, so we could do this at some point where you could list if you want to list random MCs. I think it just stops at Black Thought, Jay-Z, and Nas for me. Like I think that I've always struggled with who's the 5th one for me. I think who did I put? It's Black Thought, Jay-Z, Nas. I think like I have like Big Pun in there. And I think CyHi has crashed my five. Like I think he's one of the five greatest MCs of all time. I don't care that he has one album. I don't, and he has more than that because of all the the Black History Month joints and the Royal Flush joints and his album and all his features and all the On the Radar freestyles and all the other shit that he's. I think he's one of the five greatest MCs of all time. And but so let's lead into it. So
Random question.
Yes. Yes.
Are these are these three different lists? Rappers, MCs, lyricists? Because when you first said you think CyHi is one of the top five lyricists, I was like, okay, it makes the most sense in the world. Then you said top five MCs, I was like, and then I just thought about rapper / artist or whatever. So I
don't mean MCs and lyricists separate. I think MCs and lyricists, to me, I'll say that in the same category. If you want to say rappers and say artists, like greatest artists of all time, like sure, I'd be willing to listen to the arguments about other art people being better artists than him, and you could say this is where a Drake would come in, and this is where a Cole would come in, or a Kendrick, and you'd be like, these dudes put together these bodies of work and these cohesive projects, and having an album. I'm not trying to downplay the value of an album and being able to make one and from start to finish and complete a project, but I don't think that J. Cole, I don't think that Kendrick, I don't think that Drake, I don't think that Royce the 5'9". I mean, I don't think any of them could fuck with him. Not Common, whoever. Like I Crooked, even. Like I think he is above the Crooked category, and Crooked Eye is one of the absolute greatest. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? But I think CyHi is like above all of them, and he's just below the God tier guys. The God tier guys.
I think I'm distinguishing the whole, and not saying he can't make great songs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it's like a thing you do with the pen and word that I have to respect compared to what people can do with putting a song out there. And that kind of comes in what you're saying, the whole, I'm not worried about the whole album thing. So when you're not worried about the whole album thing, that's when it gets more to like lyricists and MC. To me, I'm just, describe my.
It's a valuable critique. It's valuable, and you have to recognize that when you're talking about this guy because of the body of work. And I understand that. And I think what's tricky about that is he's been involved in so many of these great songs that we just don't know exactly what his contribution is. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? To all these Kanye West songs, to all these, and which is a part of what he's talking about on the good old days. So I guess the whole reason I wanted to talk about him is because of these three songs. So the reason I bring it up is the whole thing about his contributions and being muddy. It's just like with Skills, right? Like you don't exactly know where Skills' contributions are in all these records, but you know he was in there, and you know his pen had a lot to do with this shit. And so the Good Old Days record, to me, he's essentially giving his story, his perspective on, and I really like it. And we talk about the quality of records he makes. Like, listen to this record. This is a very creative thing. I've never heard a record like this where it's like a Vlad interview, right? But with
shout
a
Black
out to Gina
voice.
Views. Right. That's her?
Yes.
Oh, yo, that's dope. Yes. Shout to, we did shout her out before, and shout to her again for being one of the few prominent females in this space that be talking about bars. She be talking about bars, and she's one of the only females I've ever seen talking about bars. So shout to her. And they're running down each artist. But what about Sean? What about Push? What about blah blah blah? You know, and he touches on everybody in his own little way. And you know, he spells out the shit with the beef with him and Sean, you know, not beef, but the competition with him and Sean, which he's talked about in other interviews, and how him and Push stay solid. So he completely debunked my shit from the summer that I thought he was shooting at Push. You know, that him and Push have been solid, him and Titty have been solid. And just talking about why he rides for Ye so hard, And my one critique of the song, even, and it's not even a critique, he's allowed to have his perspective. I just disagree with him, is that he is very, very willing to give Kanye a pass for the one thing that we all know that is his cardinal sin. And that's Kanye West giving a big microphone to hate speech, to racists, to Donald Trump, to him giving a big pass and permission slip to Black people to be in Trump's corner, giving a big microphone to Candace Owens, giving a big microphone to Nick Fuentes, some of the most vile, racist, anti-Black people in this country, in this world. Kanye West readily associated with them and gave them platforms. And CyHi kind of brushes it off like, and he just says, oh, he put on the red hat, and I don't see how that made a big difference. Like that to me, it's like, I probably told you this, I stopped listening to CyHi for years because he was on Twitter arguing with people about the fact that Kanye had turned MAGA. And he was just basically like, why do y'all care? It's not even that big of a deal. And it really, really fucking bothered me because Kanye West is one of my favorite artists of all time. And it really hurt me to watch this whole shit happen. And just as a fan and as somebody who loves hip hop music, it really bothered me. So what did you think about the Good Old Days record?
I watched the one with the clips.
Yo,
the one you sent me.
You need it's more rappers need to do that shit.
Yeah.
So you can see what they're saying.
Because it's like, I guess we don't get as many videos nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's good when you get visual videos that you can see a little bit better, even when somebody else makes it. So it's even doper that he made it himself.
Yeah.
But
Wale did that. Wale was the first one that I saw do that.
Okay.
And you know Wale's metaphors be very tricky to catch. And when he did the video where he's showing you picture clips to tie together what his metaphors are about, it made me catch it more. Yeah. So CyHi doing it, so shout out to Wale for that. CyHi doing it put the story together for me a little better.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, because it's about stuff that I didn't even know about. It's like, damn, right. I just know, oh, you did songs with them and then you stopped. So what's going on? So it's good to hear the perspective of it, whatever. Yeah. Like I said, definitely the Pusha T joint. It's good to see. Well, funny to see the niggas that you think are real, and then when somebody else lets you know, yeah, they are real. You know what I mean? Whatever level the word real is, whatever.
Yeah, he confirmed it.
Maybe because I'm not a street dude, I get tired of hearing a lot of street talk. I will say that is something I got from this 3-piece. You know what I mean? I'm tired of I miss rappers not being hood niggas. You can't rap if you're not a hood nigga, if you ain't got no bodies or you ain't sell weight and nerds, they make whack music. And I do get tired of that, and I did get irritated by that. But like I said, it could be my bias coming in, knowing who he's talking about. It's like, man, don't beat up my boy.
I think that's a very, I think it's a valid thing that he's saying, but I also think that it's something. I think that it's valid of what he's saying about like, hey man, like if y'all aren't rapping from, a lot of these people aren't rapping from real lived experiences, and I am. Like that's the difference between me and y'all, is that like, you know, I'm a dude who's really out here, and so the depth of what I'm saying comes from real shit that I can really point to, and therefore, like I understand that, but I also think that he reverse engineered a critique for J. Cole. Like I think that this is him looking at J. Cole and critiquing him and being like, man, he's just a little school kid, and then reverse engineering their critique, as opposed to having that critique and then being like, see, but that applies to him. You know what I mean? Like I think that this is, you know what I mean?
Pit stop right here though. What's wrong with being a school kid again?
Ain't nothing wrong with being a school kid. There isn't. And that's where this shit kind of falls flat, not falls flat to me, but like, hey man, like, are you saying that like you're a dude in the street who experienced all the trauma that you did and he's not, therefore like we should give more credit to you for that? Like, yeah, shout to you for doing all the horrible things. And you know what I mean? Like, nah, like that's not how this works, you know? So I didn't enjoy that. And he also tweeted about that. So I got to read the text of him saying that. before and I think he did that on purpose before the Lost Control shit
What
came
was his
out.
tweet? What was his tweet basically say? Or was that trying to explain?
What you just said, like basically, like a lot of these dudes is out here rapping about shit that they didn't experience. Y'all was good kids. Y'all was going to college and y'all just dropped out of school to become rappers because y'all wanted to become rappers. I became a rapper because I didn't have no choice. Like this is
That's
this is just
crazy.
my life. And
That's no, you didn't come. No. That pisses me off just as much as niggas that say I ain't had no other choice but to sell drugs. Which is a statement that this is gonna sound crazy. A statement that I don't have as much as a problem with that I'm an adult, because I understand that
Yeah.
like you're trying to make a living, dog, and that's
Right.
kind of sometimes thrown away or whatever. But
Right.
it's still an irritating statement to say because it's like it's so many other ways that you can hustle.
Yeah.
Like it gives a bad connotation to the word hustle. But that's
Yeah.
a whole nother 16. I ain't gonna go that far because I definitely get
Right.
lost. But
Yeah.
it's like my whole thing is like if we're talking about hood, if we're talking about schoolboys who are talking about street shit, that's why I have a problem. If we're talking about schoolboys who are talking about the experience that they say that their friends might have went through, or the fact that I live in the hood and I have to go through this type of stuff, but I'm not a hood nigga, I have no problem with that. Like I don't understand.
I also think it's an unfair critique of J. Cole because J. Cole, like you said, has never tried to proclaim to be a street nigga. J. Cole, the struggles that J. Cole talks about are very real. Fayetteville is a very, very middle to lower class, working class city. It's a military city. There's not money in Fayetteville. You know what I'm saying? Like J. Cole didn't come up. J. Cole didn't come up. I came up living better than J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Like my family was middle to not middle, like firmly middle class. Like I didn't worry about where I was going to college. You know what I'm saying? Like I never missed a meal. My father was there my whole life. Like, you know, it's okay to have struggles in life that are not associated with the streets. And that's
And talk
and J
about it.
and they talk and that's what
Because
J.
most,
Cole
I
talks
can say
about.
most people do. A lot of people do. Like a lot of
Right.
people go through the same thing, but choose not to deal with through street shit. Like they just have the regular struggles of trying to grow up. And a lot of this is about like wet dreams is something that every fucking nigga went through, whether you fucking was a hood nigga or not.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like
And
that.
love yours, man. There's just so many
Thank you.
dope records. Hip hop in the 90s made a lot of us think that the only struggle that you could talk about on a microphone was selling drugs and being poor. And Kanye West,
Wild De La Soul and Tribe Called Quest was trying to talk to everybody else. Because most
right.
time that shit. So yeah, like it's funny, like I respect the fuck out of CyHi Pen and people like that, but that shit get irritating after a while, bro.
It's yeah, correct. I understand what he's saying. It doesn't apply to J. Cole. And it doesn't apply to J. Cole. So the thesis of it, we can both agree, I think that's whack. However, when it comes down to and that kind of the thesis of everything that he's saying. And so now he's and a majority of the record he's talking about his actual experiences, like the shit that he always talks about. That being said, that song is nasty. Like like everything that CyHi does.
We talking about Lose Control, right?
Yes, the bar work is insane. The bar work is insane, and it's out there. I did a little bit of searching. People are talking about this. Like, hey man, where's J. Cole on this? Like, does he need to respond? Should he respond? And I will say it's already. I'm not. It's saying not saying it's too late for him to not respond, but it's already kind of late. This shit is a week old.
To me, this funny because I'll let me go ahead. No, my fault. Go ahead and talk because I don't want to talk. I know I'm biased.
No. But I definitely want to hear what you have to say. There was a standard. There was a standard that if somebody used your name, you was out with a response very quickly. That I know that standard maybe doesn't exist anymore. But it was a standard.
When was the standard? Because it's been a lot of dates recently.
In the blog era, back when it first became a thing that you could upload something tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? That wasn't always a thing, right?
Yeah.
So in the blog era, that's when people started Pro Tools and rapping at your house and I'm gonna run into the stew tomorrow. When you had the capability when that started, when you had the capability to upload something the next day.
It's
And
sped
really,
up.
Joe Button, you know what I mean? And Joe Button, after all the wars he went through, if you said Joe Button's name, you could set a clock to when you was getting a response from Joe, right? And so he kind of set that. To me, he kind of was one of the main ones to set that standard. So it's been a week, and when J. Cole, like it or not, right or wrong, is now the most famous duck in the smoke ass nigga that there is. He is, and I don't necessarily.
So why change?
I don't think right. It's like, yo, y'all already know me for this. I don't know how fair that is, right? Because I've spoken multiple times about how I kind of support him backing out of the shit that he did. You know what I mean? So fair or not, but that critique is out there and it's loud. And
You could be famous for making the right decision.
This, however, was your opportunity. Because we all know, I'm not doubting his talent. J. Cole can run into the booth right now and by 12 noon have some shit up that would push everybody's way back. Like we'd be like, oh my God. Like we all know, I heard Birthday Blizzard. Like we know that you could just walk in there and do 10 minutes of the craziest shit we've ever heard and then just walk out. And you heard this dude shoot at you with a lot of heavy artillery. And I've seen the blogs and the people talking about why J. Cole was a bitch for backing out of the Kendrick shit, or at least not shooting at them hard before then backing out. And this kind of gives credence to a lot of that critique. It really does. That you're not gonna say nothing. And let's not pretend that CyHi is a little dude. He's not. He's not a little dude. You know him. He knows you. And he fucking pointed a bullseye right at your fucking head. And he even let you know a little bit of why. He's like, I still owe you for false profits. You know what I'm saying? Like you went at my team.
That's why the whole, I mean, I can do this when I want to do this. I got 10 years. I got a 10-year window, my guy. I can respond to you when I want to respond to you. You took 10 years to respond to me. I could take 10 years to respond to you. You know why? Because I'm doing something right now. I'm going cross country. I'm preoccupied right now. I understand why you're taking your shot right now. It makes the most sense. I am the biggest thing right now. It makes a lot of sense for you to take your shot right now. But I have a 10-year window. I have a 10-year window that standard was set by you. I get to you when I feel like it, bro. Let me go ahead and knock this tour out.
I'll say this. If J. Cole waits 10 years to respond, the response from CyHi will come in 10 minutes. I promise you that. Like,
yeah, and then another senator said that he got to respond in 10 minutes. We could do that then.
Yeah. And, I think that I'm going to say this right now. I don't think he wants it with CyHi. I'm going to say it right now. Like, he better tread very carefully because this first shit you could tell was just a warning shot. And warning shots from CyHi sound like fucking hollow heads. Like this shit, I heard it a few times. I was like, this shit he better tread very carefully here. He better come with but for me, like he needs to come with something. Yeah. And I understand what you're saying about the 10 years and everything like that.
That was just a joke. I don't even agree with it, nigga.
I got you. I know what you're saying. I get the sentiment and I agree and I understand what you're saying. And I also think that J. Cole, I'm fine with him responding on his own time, but it better not be 6 months.
Yeah, I feel like it's on some like, okay, give me a little something to let me know you at least see this, and then you'll get around to it type shit. Because I understand you're preoccupied right now, my nigga. Like you just set up a tour.
And what people are saying, what people have said, the critique that applied to him about not getting involved in the Kendrick shit doesn't apply there to me. I think that's invalid. It does apply here. You have said in a microphone a lot of times about how great you are. Mm-hmm. And in this game right here, yeah. You are not great if somebody can throw shit on your name and you get to sit back and act like you don't. You know what I'm saying?
This one sounds like it's about words, not about. Well, it do sound like you don't really like.
CyHi's a real street guy.
He don't despise you, you know what I mean?
Right. CyHi don't want no beef. CyHi's a real street guy. CyHi is not gonna pull up on you and try to punch you in the face. Even if he says something about him that's disrespectful, I don't think CyHi would be on that time. But this, you can't talk cash shit about how great you are as much as he has for as long as he has, and then watch this moment come and go. Not when it's a dude that like CyHi the Prince coming at you, because now you look like a pussy. And I will say it to me, I'm saying I don't see the whole pussy, but I'm starting to see a little bit of the hairs. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to see a little bit of. I'm like, every week that goes by, that you pulling up in the Honda, and I don't hear you going in the booth after somebody did you like that. I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
I don't know,
Let the
bro.
Honda park the Honda at some studio real quick. It kind of goes with the whole thing you're doing. The Honda broke down. You shot a video. Like
Here's the
do like
thing.
on the fly.
People be having the studios in the tour bus. You
Yeah,
did that. He did that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I've seen footage of you on the tour bus making beats. So pull out the podcast mic
yeah.
that Maul has right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen these dudes recording albums, and I didn't realize that this is how they do shit now. They record albums like sitting in their living room with the hookah right here and the bitches over there and the
Mhm.
pod and the laptop right here and the mic right here, and they be reading off their phones, and that's how they be
Yep.
recording albums now
Yeah.
because technology is so dope now. So yeah, man, do it. Like
Make it
I'm
happen.
not. Yeah, man. Every week that goes by, I'm gonna be a little bit more like, you know what, man. And I hate. Remember, I said I hate that Fat Joe was right. Right. Remember, I said that. I was like, I still don't agree with Fat Joe, but he does have some kind of a point here. Um, yeah. Every week that goes by, I that critique gets louder to me. I'm
And
gonna
I
just
guess
leave it
every
at
week that
that.
goes by, I'm gonna get closer to being on your side of the fence on it because I need to hear
Because
something myself.
right, if I
Only because he say
if
how nice he is.
forever,
Yeah.
let's put it like this:
And you came
you
back saying that. Like you backed out of a battle and then you
and
came back
then came back
saying I'm nice.
defiant.
That's weird, but all right.
I'll say this. What's a good example of this? If I don't know, a rapper from Southside that used to be your man that you know, that put some shit on a mixtape and put it on YouTube and did Instagram cuts of and 5 posts in a week of each bar talking about Southside did it ain't shit. You know, them niggas used to act like they was really out here. You know, Maul that playing basketball ass nigga, he don't even rap like that. You're gonna tell me that you is a whole ass shipping delivery, gray in the beard, talking in a flag football playing ass, you know what I mean, girl dad. And you're gonna tell me that you wouldn't get in the fucking booth?
I'm,
I know you too well to know that you would.
I'm calling him Spade like, yo, we got to knock something out, man. Let me shake this dust off, bro. What's
I'm
good, man?
taking a delivery in Richmond. First of all, I'm gonna get money down there, and then I'm gonna pull up. Like I know you
Man.
would. I know you would. So it's like, what are we
Yeah.
doing? What are we doing?
And it's
That's
funny,
it.
look, laws today, Nick F, nigga, I'll pull it up, dog. What we talking about?
If Nick sees this, I just want him to know that I still don't want any smoke with him. Like, I just clip this, Nick. If you see this, please don't mention me on anything. I'm super good. I didn't even diss you, and I don't mean it. Just whatever it is, I still don't want it.
You can't misconstrue,
Yeah. Just in case you heard something that you didn't like, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? So
Um,
yeah, that's all I got.
as far as projects that dropped though,
Mm.
Jay Ski, I never had to say his name out loud.
Mm.
Uh, Jay Ski, Jay Skis, and Lil Tone Beats. I don't know if Jay Ski's from the Griselda Hive,
Mm.
but he has features with Conway and Future Guns and Fuego Bass
Okay.
and Talib Kweli, which I don't
Mm.
like. But yeah,
Chase B. Who's this Chase B cat? Is that his name? Chase B. There's some dude last week put out some shit too. That
Chase B and Fetty or some shit like that. I've seen that name before.
yeah. Hold on.
What
I
about
needed to listen to that shit. I didn't
what
listen
about
to it.
Marcus Clay? You've heard of him?
Who?
Marcus Clay.
Nah.
Think he's out of Texas, maybe. He got bars. Like he
You got
got
some shit
bars.
too.
He got a project out with Illmind.
Mm.
I
Oh,
love
Illmind.
I love
I love
a
Illmind.
either one producer project or a thematic project. So those are like my favorite because they usually like
Illmind to give you those.
yeah.
Marlon Craft got a new record, and I haven't hit play on that
Yeah,
yet.
he got the
So
3-piece. All three of them is yeah. I guess he put the whole 3-piece out.
okay.
Yeah, but yeah, some good projects out. I didn't check out the Fat Trail. I think I'm
Yes,
gonna check
a
it out.
bunch of shit has come out in the last 2 weeks that I
Yeah,
haven't.
yeah. And Denzel Curry.
That's
Whatever.
okay. Yep,
Take
I'm
the
looking at
project.
that one right now. Yep. Yeah, some shit that we gotta pay attention to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
that's that. Talking
talking
about
about
rap.
rap. Talking about rap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. If you're rocking with what we're building over here, you can wear it too. Now I'm talking about merch out now. Tees, shooting shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts. Just a way to say you know what we're talking about. Now I'm talking about. Link in the bio. Support what supports the convo. But let's get back to it.
Okay, it's another.
I know about Riverside Church. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Riverside Church.
But that.
You know what I mean? That's where the Gaucho Riverside Church. I know about that.
Wow.
Gotta
Another,
clip that for my homies at back home. They're gonna be like, yeah, nigga.
like, yeah, nigga, off a church reference. That's what's up.
Yo, Riverside Church was serious hoop squad. You know what I mean? Like a lot of Riverside and Gauchos, you know Gauchos, right?
Yeah.
Riverside Church and Gauchos was like the big, like if you hooped out of there, you was doing something in the 80s.
Oh.
You know what I mean?